Shout out to the good people over at the EA Creators Network program for allowing me to capture some early footage of Madden NFL 23. All gameplay is a work in progress. Before we get started with this tip, make sure you sign up and register for the Ultimate Kickoff. Registration closes on August 21st, but you can still check it out even if it's after August 21st. MaddenChampionship.com for more registration and opportunities to compete in the MCS this year. Let's go. New in Madden NFL 23 is skill-based passing. Now, in previous Maddens, we've had pass lead, but this is pass lead taken to the next level. And in order to master this level, you're going to have to practice. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to practice skill-based passing, how to use the different settings, what to start off at, what you want your end goal to be, and give you some scenarios where you will use it. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys, what I want you to do is go into practice mode, go into offense only, choose the Patriots offense, come out in gun trips tight end, and choose PA shot wheel. Now that you're set up, go ahead and hit start, and we're going to go to options, settings, game options. Then we're going to come down to the skill-based passing option section, and we want to put it on placement, accuracy, max, and we want to start off in near. Eventually, we want to get to, of course, off, because there will not be no off in online. But also we want to get to no max distance. But for right now, let's go with placement, accuracy, max distance on, max passing slowdown, and near on freeform, rectical, max distance. We'll keep this speed, rectical speed at 7, this rectical visibility at visible for meter and rectical. Now the freeform rectical speed you might want to play with, especially depending on what quarterback you have. If you have a fast release quarterback, you might want to speed up the rectical speed because the throw is going to be faster. But for most quarterbacks, you can keep it at 7. If you're finding yourself having a hard time moving that rectical and you can control it, you may want to move it again further up so that you can move it faster. But I like it right now at 7. All right, so the first thing you want to do is you want to pass without the freeform. You want to be able to move the left stick, the rectical, to the different portions of the target zone. And so when you snap the ball, you're going to hold down the icon receiver, and then you're going to move the left stick to the side of the target you really want to go after. So we're going to practice throwing it to the left side of the target. So again, for triangle, hold it down, get them into the thing, and then as you can see, my rectical move to the left of the target. And we're going to do it again. We're going to again try to do to the left. Boom, left of the target. All right, so now let's do to the right of the target. And I want you to do this like 10 times each. I'm not going to do it 10 times here, but as you can see, we're doing pretty good getting it to the different places on the target. And then we're going to go upwards. All right. So now we want to practice our freeform passing. And what freeform passing is when you hike the ball, you want to hold down your left trigger. I hold it down as soon as I hike it if I want to do freeform passing. So I'm going to hold it down. And there we go. Now you might think that, it looks just the same. It's not. You're going to be able to get a little bit further away from the target area. Since we have it on near, it's not going to go that far from the target area, but it will go. It's great for, if you're still, as you can see, that was outside the target area. Let's go ahead and pause that and take a look at that. That was outside the target area. As you can see, the rectical was able to go outside. If you don't use freeform, it's going to stay inside the target area. If you use freeform, it's going to go outside the target area. But because we have it on near, it doesn't go outside that much. So it's right around the cusp. All right, let's go ahead and do it again. We'll throw it behind. And you can see he turns back and is able to make the catch. Now, again, you might feel like this is enough, that, oh, I can go just near. Like, at least I know that it's not going to go that far. But there might be times when you need to throw it a little bit further out than what you have, especially when you're doing like down routes, when you're trying to get the receiver to come back to the ball. Maybe they have a DB on his tail, but he's high side, and you want to throw it underneath a little bit more. This is when you need the max distance. All right, so we've seen how near is, right? So again, this is near, is right near the target. Let's go ahead and change our options to far. All right, so now you need to get used to doing far, and we'll show you. See how far that is now? Like that is pretty far. Let's go ahead and go back and see the difference. So as you can see right here, you can see a shaded part on the outside. That's as far as you can get with the reticle on this setting. But you can see it still was a little bit out of reach, but it's still a greater distance. There are going to be times where that is going to be a catchable ball, or that's going to be, a ball you want to throw so that the defender can't get to it. Let's go ahead and do it again. A little bit out of reach right there. So this is where you want to really practice, and you want to practice to try to, get it to where you want it. Again, you might be fine with just near, but I think you definitely want to try far and no max distance. And we'll go over some scenarios where those things will come into place. So right out of reach right there. But I want to show you something real quick. So let's say like down. Like I feel like down is where you're going to want to throw, especially the further down. Or let's say you really don't want your dude to take a hit. You might need to get him to go out and come back to the ball, like stop his route and sit him down. This is the great thing about this freeform passing, is that you're able to sit guys down in zones, put them up the field. Now that was a perfect illustration of you being able to use the freeform passing and take that guy outside where you wanted him. Like there, I moved him up the field a little bit more. All right, so let's go to no max distance. Now with no max distance, it means just that. You can pretty much put this thing anywhere. You could put that thing anywhere. So if somebody's being heavily covered and at the last second you're like, yeah, you know what? Let's just throw that away. Let's just throw it away. Great for sideline catches too. So we'll throw it on the sideline. But you kind of want that. See, a little bit outside his reach. But again, practice it. Do this till you feel comfortable. Do this till you feel comfortable. And then you can advance to having a defense. All right, so let's go ahead and switch it to where we have some defense, and let's see us just dot up some zones. All right, we're in practice mode now, so let's go back to our PA shot wheel. Let's pick nickel, and we're going to do random play. Let's go ahead and move the ball back to the 40. Let's give us a little bit of room when we're doing this. And then let's make sure we have our settings the way we want it. So we want, placement accuracy, max, no max distance. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's see if we can eat up these zones. See right there. That was a perfect placement right there. We didn't lead him too much. We let him up the field so that he was away from those guys. Now here we have a man. We're going to lead him down so that he can stay in front and body him up. All right, so zone right here. Right here, we're going to just sit him down right into the zone, right in between the zone. See, that was perfect though. Even though that was an incomplete pass, that was perfect because nobody could get to it. I didn't throw it underneath where it could get intercepted. I threw it just out of his reach. Again, zone, boom. We can lead it up the field too. And depending on their route running, they can break off these passes. See, that was bad. I should have let it more up the field instead of away. This is man. And our guy just got jammed. They got jammed at the line. This is why you go into practice mode and you just practice this. I feel like you should do this like maybe before you play. Before you play online head to head, get 100 reps. 100 reps of doing this. Just being able to place the ball where you want it. You know what? I want it down, but I stopped the receiver right there. All right, now that you've mastered that, now what you want to do is you want to go from max passing slowdown to off. This is where you're going to be online because there is no slowdown online. So you need to get in the lab and practice from here with passing slowdown off. And this is where it doesn't slow down when you pass the ball, so you have to do it all real time. Again, it's not going to be that hard. Once you get used to the slowdown, and you can always go gradually. There's 2 other steps between no slowdown and max slowdown. So if you want to go slightly, you can go that way as well. You know, and practice throwing it behind the receiver, practice throwing underneath the receiver, practice all the things you were practicing with max slowdown, now with no max slowdown. And you may want to mess with the rectal speed as well. So that is really the progression that you're going to see. As you can see here, looking really good. I've gotten used to it. I'm able to pinpoint that ball. I still have no max distance on, so I can still get it far away from the target as I want or close as I want. You know, throw it underneath, you know, before that wide receiver gets to those players. So everything's looking good, and now it's really on to the next step. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at a goal line scenario where I think this will be real effective, especially with corners pressing up on the goal line. As you can see, we can lead this guy to the pylon on a fade. I want to say this is probably the best fade route in the game that we've had in years. We've never had a goal line fade that was this effective, except for back in the day with jump balls. But here you can see we're just putting the ball on the back pylon and allowing only our guy a chance to get it. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at another scenario where the defense is playing a cover 2. We have a post and we can throw above the post, allow our receiver to go up and get it again. Another scenario where freeform passing is definitely paying off right here. Again, as you can see, Y goes up and we throw it up past the target, allow our wide receiver to run underneath of it and get a touchdown. Again, the ability for the receiver to break off its route or his route is going to be dependent on their route running skills. So let's go ahead and take a look at another. All right, another scenario we have is a slant, and we can do put him up the field, and you can see Judy goes ahead and breaks off his route and is able to catch the ball. You'll be able to do this a lot once you get the hang of it, and you'll be able to put those wide receivers in positions where not only will they avoid a hit, but they'll be able to catch the ball and run with it. By far, this last one is my favorite. Cover 2 man press. As you can see, looks like there's no room, but there's plenty of room when you use skill-based passing. These plays cannot be made if you use anything else. If you try to throw this regular, you'll never get it. You'll never get it. But being able to pinpoint your guy when off the press and be able to put it in a place where only he can get it on the sidelines makes a huge difference. Makes a huge difference and will allow you to win more games in Madden NFL 23. All right, guys, if you felt like this tip was helpful, make sure you hit that like button. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you know when I go live. And also make sure you follow me on my socials, on Twitter @ShopMaster, on Twitch where I stream pretty much every day. I'll be streaming Madden 23 all the time. So come through twitch.tv/ShopMasterTV, and also check out my TikTok channel @ShopMasterTV. Y'all, I hope y'all have a great one. Again, I hope this helps as you learn to master skill-based passing. It will make a difference, and you'll be glad that you did. This should do Shop. I'm out. Peace.